Hello, it's Claudia Sol with DataSphere, and I'm now here with Mark, Mark C on our forums, doing a Kickstarter right now for a collapsible terrain piece. Or I guess a whole set, actually, not just the piece. Uh, so, Mark, if you'd like to introduce yourself and give a little bit more of a description.
Hello, everybody. I'm Marc C, as you know, and I'm doing a cardboard terrain system. It's collapsible, and also the most important part is the fact that it's modular. So you can actually build the building you need. So if you need like a rectangular building, an L shape, or a square building, you just add each module together with the connecting passage, and you can you can achieve a lot of variations. And I think that's the thing that I like the most about the system that I created. You're not stuck with predetermined shapes. You create the shapes.
All right. And to facilitate that, you have things like those interconnecting hallways.
That's it. Yeah.
Have the things. Words are failing
Bridges.
me right now. The bridges on the top, yeah. Have your little sniper nest tower.
Yes, yes.
Of course, you have buildings of different sizes too.
No, the buildings are all the same
Or are
size.
they?
Yeah, but
Okay.
because you use the little tunnel, you
Oh,
can.
that's how they get
That's how
bigger
they
and
get.
longer.
Yeah,
Okay. And you also have even collapsible containers, like ISO containers.
yeah. The containers are. You can pull them apart, and actually, that's another big feature of our system is that everything is collapsible. You can pull them disassemble them. Sorry.
No problem, no problem. If you have a container handy, could you show us how they disassemble? I actually was curious about that.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll just grab a. I have the. I have the painted ones here. So
They look
it's
fantastic, by the way.
yeah, it's one of my friends who did this. There's a link on my Kickstarter if you want to see more of his stuff. So it's very simple. You just remove the top like this, the other side like this, and voila.
Oh, wow. Okay. That was a lot easier.
That's your container,
Oh, okay.
and you put it in the box.
That's
That's
a
it.
that's a lot easier than I thought it would be, because I guess it just collapses in on itself like that, huh?
Yeah, it's four pieces. Oops, sorry, four pieces, and
Hmm.
yeah, that's it. And it's the same thing with the building. You take a building. The building comes with two ladders. These are glued, but you can actually remove the sides and collapse them. And you just remove the roof like this. For to go faster, what I decided is I suggest people that they glue the top, the pieces of the top together, because you don't want to disassemble the top every time. There's no point. But the rest, let me just remove the. I have doors and windows in there. So it's very easy. You just pull this out like this. It's four pieces and the floor, and you have uh, you have your building. That's it.
And it fits in this nice little
Yeah,
package there.
yeah, yeah.
Very
So
nice.
and also you can like when you stack them, you can put the ladders inside like this,
Take up no additional space.
and you stack all the roofs together, and it fits in a like a briefcase size.
You could probably just stack if the folding parts. You could probably just stack a bunch of those inside of a briefcase and literally just carry a briefcase over to the
That's it.
gaming store.
That's it. That's it. Exactly. And if you don't want to do that, you can just collapse part of the buildings, and you can like one of the pledges, the level 8 is the battle table in a box. which I have a picture on the Kickstarter that shows that you can fit 12 buildings, two bridges, and 8 containers, two crow's nests in one banker's box, and you don't have to collapse everything. You just collapse a part of it, so it's light. It's easy to carry a banker's box around on the subway or walking or on the bus. And because you didn't collapse everything, the setup time is pretty short.
Pull them out and set them all up.
Yes,
It.
I guess maybe like with your opponent, you can create the table like in 5 minutes. It's very fast.
And it's made out of cardboard, right?
Yes,
Some thicker gauge cardboard.
yeah, it's the same thickness as regular MDF. I have this is a this is MDF from another company.
A company we all know.
Yeah, that's it, and it's the same, same thickness, and it's very strong.
Dirty, but also it's must be much lighter than MDF, right?
I've weighted both of these pieces, and I just to be on the safe side, I would say 33% lighter.
Wow, yeah, that makes carrying terrain to and from the store,
Yeah.
or maybe even to a tournament, a lot easier.
Yes, yes, it's a big gain. It's a big gain. 33% is not negligible. Yeah.
So your Kickstarter is live right now. You are, I believe, around 50% funded at this point, or is it
Right now I'm at 40. We had a
40?
very big first day, 20%, and now it's going up slowly. Now we're at 40%. And yeah, go ahead.
I was saying that's still quite a big achievement to get up to that far in just a couple days, right?
Yeah, because I'm not a I only did one Kickstarter, and I won't name the name, but it took like a year and a half to get, and so I have no idea really how fast it's supposed to go. I've heard that some stuff go very fast and some take more time, but if you're telling me that it's good, well, it's
It sounds good to me.
and yeah. So today what I did today and yesterday and today actually is I added a lot of pictures that were not there when I launched last Thursday. I made a picture for each set. Um, you can see each part of the set on my table, on my 4x4 table. And I think that was missing. I mean, I should have done that for the launch.
On the WGC group, I think we were posting pictures, and somebody had commented on that and asking, "Is this on a 4x4?" And yeah, they were, and it's surprising how much you can fit on that. With how much money you're spending, how much you get on that 4x4.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it's cardboard is less expensive for me to produce, and so I pass along the the gain in price to the consumer. It does not take less time to burn and cut, but it's less expensive. The material is less expensive. So I give this back to the consumer. When you look later, if people want to go, you should really take a look at that $300 table, because that's Canadian, first of all.
Yes, it's Canadian, 300 Canadian dollars.
It's less, okay? And the picture that I put, uh, what you see in this picture, you're gonna get double of that plus the bonus, because I don't have enough prototypes to do a picture with everything in it. So I did half of it, and I made a big plus two, times two. So
Hmm.
what you see on that picture is you're gonna get double of that for $300. That's a big.
At 300 Canadians, roughly, I think 200 US. That
It's 72 cents, I
it's not very expensive.
think.
The takeaway point is it's not very expensive.
I mean, some people have said that my shipping is expensive, but I mean, for Americans with the exchange rate, I think it's a very good deal.
I have you right now at 6,177 US of 15,000. That's I guess yeah, roughly around 40%. I'm just taking a look at your Kickstarter page right now.
Oh, okay.
This is in US because I'm US.
Okay, okay.
And how much was that? 100 in actual you out or 241, and that's actually
Yeah,
quite
240.
nice.
That's I mean for a full that's if I'm gonna use the expression we use on the forum, that's for American setup.
Merkin density.
There's a lot of stuff on that table, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna float over other page. Watching this, understand how much this is. You won't be able to see it, but it's the one that you have the two times on it,
Yeah.
and that is so it already is almost enough for I guess European density, right?
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
And then so with the two times, I think compared to another company, Shark Mounted Lasers has their American density about I think 1.3 times, but this is a two times of whatever the Euro is. So that's a lot of terrain.
Yeah.
You could probably stretch it out over a table and a half actually, especially if
Yeah.
you were conservative with building
If
placement.
we're running a tournament, I think maybe you could do three tables with two sets. You know, if you go for lighter density, yeah, that would work. That would work. Yeah.
And it's nice from a Kickstarter perspective. You have the free shipping, I believe it was, to the US.
No, it's not. It's not free.
It's not free. Oh, my bad.
It's $25 Canadian.
25 Canadian, so it's
I think it's 20 American.
yeah around 20 or
Yeah, 19.
21, 20, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, considering everything, it's not exactly expensive.
It's not expensive.
And then that you don't currently offer shipping to Europe or
No,
Australia or something like that,
no.
but
We tried getting prices for the rest of the world, and I have to say that Post Canada is not very nice to us.
seems
It's
that
very
way.
to ship anything across the ocean is very expensive, very very expensive. So what what I want to do maybe is uh, when I have more volume, I can maybe get better rates, you know, because right now I have no volume. So when we go
That's true.
online with our website in November, then maybe because we have volume, we'll be able to offer better rates. Because right now, I don't even want to say a number because people are going to say, "I'm not going to pay that for cardboard." It's just it doesn't make any sense, you know.
Uh,
It's the same when I order from Europe and I want stuff to come to Canada. It's expensive, you
sure, I don't think. I guess it's the North American or Canadian, maybe Pacific tariffs that kind of just stack on top of each other there.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I've heard stories of Canadian distributors having trouble getting, for example, in product in, and various other wargaming products actually such a high tax on the product.
Yeah, there's depending on which province in Canada the distributor is, he's gonna get duty, and sometimes it's pretty crippling. So for the consumer, the price is not interesting, you know.
So a quick look over at your Kickstarter again.
Yeah.
Have 25 days left in the Kickstarter as of this recording. So by the time this is published, we're publishing this on Monday is when I talked to Ties about it.
Uh-huh.
So that'll be I guess 18 days left. So if you're watching this on the day of our release of this article, you should probably kick it in gear a little bit.
Yeah, because we want to get we want to get this Kickstarter done really fast, you know. That's why the number of items of the system is limited, and we don't want people to wait for like 6, 7, 8 months before they get their things, you know. As soon as it's funded, I have like 1 month of setup time that I need to do, and I have to take vacation with my wife too because it's the only time of the year we go on vacation. So that's set, you know. And after that, I'm gonna be working for you full time. I'm not doing the I don't. This is a career change for me. That's what people have to understand. I've been doing graphic design forever now, and I turned 50 this winter, and I've been thinking a lot about doing this for the last 2 years, but
Wait. Just a moment. You don't look 50. Are you sure?
I have good genes. I'm an alfalf. Yeah, no,
Well,
yeah, I turned 50 this.
congratulations on the career change.
Thank you, thank you.
I
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm thinking it's not a risk. I want to do this because I no regrets. You know, I'm that kind of person. So, but what I want to say is I'm gonna be working full time for you. Like if you get into this Kickstarter, I'm gonna be doing 60, 70 hours a week just to steamroll this and so that you get your things and you can start using the system to see how nice it is and so this way in October, November, we can start adding new things to the system. You know, for the last part of 215, and then at the beginning of 216, we want to add more pieces that they're going to be able to customize the cube. You know, the
oh,
module.
okay.
Yeah.
You have
Uh,
like alternate walls and things like that you're planning on?
yeah, that's part of the how do you say the stretch goals. That's it. Yeah, that's part of the stretch goals. But you know, like a landing pad, terraces, stuff like that. You know, I don't want to say all this stuff. I want to keep some
Do
stuff.
you wanna share any more that's not on the Kickstarter already?
Well, yeah. So there's I want to do like a landing pad. I want to do balconies, and the one piece that I'm working on is like a plus shape building.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
like
I don't think I've no, like a cross kind of shape.
yeah, I don't think I've seen it either. And the idea is that you're going to be able to use the cube like for your walls and just buy the 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 floor and the roof and use the walls that you already have to build this cross shaped building. You know, it's still the prototype. I'm still working on the prototype, so I don't know if I can pull it off. But yeah, I have
Ideas.
is that I want to push the system further and larger buildings also. We want to go into larger buildings and yeah, so there's a few things coming up.
Thought about, I don't know, advertising boards, like billboards or things that you can clip onto the terrain simulator, how your ladders clip on?
Yeah,
Just
that's
my suggestion.
actually that's a good idea because the way I see my system is like a military thing, and for me, military there would be like no advertising. But
Hmm.
if somebody decides to paint this like a colony or arcology on a planet, yes, of course, billboards are good suggestions.
I just like me my city boards, so I just had to put that suggestion out there.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah,
So you have a lot of trees also on your Kickstarter just to show some greenery and like that.
yeah.
They look like they're made of, just gonna hazard a guess, but like poker chips, and then you have just some scenery
Yes,
on top.
those are yeah, those are everybody's been asking me about these. It's funny. Yeah, those are just like regular trees that I bought in the train store. They were really cheap and they keep falling over, you know. And I was playing Dungeons and Dragons a few months back, and now you know with the fifth edition you give inspiration points, and I was giving away poker chips to the players as inspiration points, and poker chips are very like they have a nice weight. They're so I used that to I glued the three on them, and So when you play, they don't fall over if you touch them. You know, they stay where they are. That's.
I might have to steal that idea.
I need to paint them and hide the fact that it's a poker chip, but
No, no, I think they look great actually. I think they look like a sort of like a I can't think of like
planter.
yeah, a planter.
Okay, yeah, yeah, okay.
And I think the color scheme works well with your white green, and then these are just white blue,
Yeah,
all accent.
okay, thank you.
I I didn't know if that was intentional or not, but it looks great.
It was not. It was not.
You have I noticed you don't have too many pictures of like infinity miniatures next to your terrain.
Well, I didn't want to get in trouble with anybody about using their models to promote my product, So I know that Corvus Belly, they're like not like the other company, and they're nice people, but I just didn't want to
I was just curious, could you happen to have a model on hand? Hold it up next to some terrain?
sure, I think I have.
I'm sure a lot of people would be interested to see scale.
Okay, so basically this is like a celestial guard.
Oh, okay. That's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's
A tag could take cover behind that.
yeah, the smaller ones, yeah, yeah, they would have cover because it's more than their a third,
Silhouette?
yeah, the third of their height. Yeah, is that? Yeah, you're getting cover. So yeah, yeah,
All right. I had to, for some reason when I was looking at it, I thought it was a lot smaller than that. I thought have my around, but I was thinking more like I don't know, like 7-8 centimeters by 7-8 centimeters for a lot of those buildings.
yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna add a picture now because if you yeah,
I think that would help.
yeah,
I don't know about if you using whose models or whatever. You could just say models are for scale only
yeah.
or something, but
It's pretty hard. Yeah, it's I think it's 3 inches high.
okay.
So yeah, and I cover, of
And of course, you
course,
have cover on the rail.
yeah, because I play Infinity, so everything is legal for the new edition.
Nice, very nice. I like that a lot, actually.
Thank you, thank
How long did it take for your friend to paint it?
you. I think it's. I'm not sure exactly how long it took him. You mean in hours? It took him
Yeah,
two
just
weeks, but he has a newborn, and
mm-hmm.
so it took him 2 weeks to paint. But he works full time and he has a newborn at home. So uh, yeah, I don't know how many hours he spent actually on the
On
painting.
the painting it actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Curious, because it doesn't look like it's too difficult to paint actually. And I imagine the cardboard takes paint well.
No, actually, he told me it's very easy to paint, and he bought he put a pledge on the Kickstarter actually.
Oh yeah, for painting it all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he used his airbrush, spray can, and regular brushes, and everything worked fine. The only thing you have to be careful though is if you're gonna mask to like for example if you're gonna paint the lines, don't use masking tape.
Oh really?
Yeah, because it's use a real painting tape that you use for the walls when you paint your walls,
Huh?
because the stickiness is not the same. Is It's not as strong. If you use masking tape on the cardboard, it's gonna tear the surface of the cardboard. So
Okay.
you need to use painter's tape, which is is as good, like to make a straight line, but the adherence is less than masking tape, so it's gonna be fine, you know.
That's a to have.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
My
sure
friend
I would have screwed that up.
said that. That's what he told me. But we're gonna have
Oh, sorry about that.
we're gonna have on our website. We're gonna put a page on how to paint our cardboard with these tips and other tips.
Great, great.
Yeah.
And so you mentioned that you. Sorry, I'm taking this a little further back, but you mentioned you had glued the building. Does this just take you use normal wood glue, or do you use white PVA glue?
My personal preference is wood glue,
Okay.
the yellow wood glue, the real one, not the the rip-off wood glue. You have to buy the real carpenter's wood glue, and this is wood. You know, it's cardboard, so it sticks very well, and it's very strong. And once it's painted, you can't tell. Because I know a lot of people are gonna glue everything because they don't need to carry or collapse everything. So it's very easy to glue and
Okay, okay. Have you tried playing? I'm assuming you've played on it before because I remember you mentioned you took it to a tournament.
yes. After I did the prototypes this winter, we used them on several games, regular casual games at the at our at the Abyss, which is the gaming store that actually launched Infinity in Montreal. They've been helping me a lot. They actually did two full mass tables, fully painted, before anybody. Like we were like just four players. They invested in this game. They said we like this game. They did two tables, and we could play with them from the start. So yeah, but yeah, we played with our the M4 module, and it's fun to play on. It's interactive. You have the ladders, you have the bridges, and the crow's nests, and even had one thing I didn't think of. One guy put a little remote on top of one of the crow nests with total reaction and a heavy machine gun. So that was pretty lethal.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah, it fits there. His deployment zone was really well covered against combat jump.
Well, I mean, I that sounds great, and it sounds like your Kickstarter will, I'm sure, will be quite successful. And it sounds like people are gonna get a really good deal.
Yeah, I think there's people should be jumping on this because the value for the money is really way up there. That's what we want. We want to launch this company with a big bang, and I think we're doing it.
I think you'll have no problem with that.
Thank you.
So I'm out of questions actually now. If you have anything you'd like to say,
Um,
a word of advice or something
no,
to anyone interested.
no, I think it's that's pretty much it. I'm gonna this this coming weekend we have a tournament for in Montreal, and I'm gonna bring my stuff, this table, to the tournament, and I'll make maybe a video of people playing on it, and I'll put it on the Kickstarter so people can see it like 3D live. It's, it's pictures are nice, but seeing it in 3D with the camera is more it's another dimension. You know, it gives another dimension.
Sounds like a great idea. I look forward to that.
Yeah, I'll
I'm,
do.
I imagine that'll probably come out probably around the same time this video is released.
Yeah, yeah, because the the tournament is Saturday on the 6th. So
And I'll be putting this video out on the 8th.
okay, so yeah, the video will be there when you make it public
So
later.
if you're watching this now, when this video, go check out his Kickstarter.
Yeah,
It's name of the Kickstarter. It's M4 Collapsible Cardboard Scenery by Marc Caron.
yeah, Carol. Yeah,
Caron. And you can find it on Kickstarter. I'm sure he'll have that video uploaded, and you can watch the one he already has, and it is quite impressive. Looking terrain for a really good price, and the collapsibility is great for people that don't have a lot of space.
Thank you, Claudius, for the interview. I
Thanks,
like the
Mark.
guys in the data sphere.
Datasphere is always glad to have you around. We always enjoy seeing your projects, Mark.
You're welcome. Ciao,
And I
ciao.
guess that's it. Have a good one.